What it do? What it do? What's good, people? Yeah. Sports World. It's your boy Joe Snow, and I'm back at it, hitting y'all up on another Thursday with more sports topics, a lot of sports content and everything. So, um, hope y'all had a great week last week. Good to see y'all back for another week, man. Um, First thing first, this is Veterans Day weekend. That's right, Veterans Day weekend. So, salute to Service Week. Has been big in the NFL for some years, for quite some time, even in the NBA. So, veteran like myself, that served 20 years in the Navy. Um, I got a I got a lot of family that's still serving, or a few family that's still serving. A lot of friends that are still serving. So salute to y'all, man. Thank you for your service. I know y'all hear that as I've heard that a lot as well throughout my military career. But sincerely, y'all the real heroes. Um, for those that's out there that got family, got friends that you know are um, are serving currently in the military, take some time. Thank them for their service. Buy them a meal if you see a veteran out there. I know a lot of restaurants out there are gonna be having free meals for veterans and stuff like that. So, but take the time. You see a veteran out there, thank them for their service. Buy them a meal. Buy them a hot cup of coffee. It goes a long way, and we appreciate it. Happy birthday to the Marines, um, to our children. Happy birthday to y'all. Notice that I snuck that one in there. I said our children, um, because the Navy is still y'all daddy. Y'all still the Marines. Y'all still Department of the Navy. I just want to put that out there for those that don't know your branches and don't know how to break that down. The Marines, they still belong to the Navy. They're part of the Department of the Navy. So little joke here and there, something that the Navy have with the Marines, little jokes like that. But happy birthday to y'all, man. And thank y'all again for your service again. This is Veterans Day weekend. Take the time out. Um, thank a veteran for their service. Like I said, if you see them out in public, shake their hand, buy them a cup of coffee or something, man. That ain't gonna hurt you, right? Buy them a meal, so it goes a long way. So going into our topics this week, our very first topic, ladies first. We're gonna talk about the WNBA and Brittany Griner and that whole situation. Those that don't know, reports this week says that she have been moved to a um, Russian penal colony, basically a new location that is unknown at this time. Which that that that's pretty bad when we don't know where she is on her new location. Um, I'm on the trail of everyone else, man. Let's bring her home. I'm with it. We need to obviously need to bring her home. Um, it's just an unfortunate situation with this stuff in the Ukraine and what Russia got going on. Um, what I want to say to the people out there, that's how come the president just can't go bring her, and why didn't it just doesn't seem like they're doing enough to bring her home. Um, you don't know, I don't know what's going on behind the scenes as far as trying to get her home. Um, and I'm not gonna try to dig too deep in it, but for those that don't know, um, I've, as I told y'all, I served 20 years, so um, I sat in intel briefs. I've sat. I'm not gonna tell you what I know. I'm not gonna compromise all that. But you're dealing with authority, like somebody that's a dictator. You know, if president of Russia, he's a dictator. So what you have to understand, the diplomatic side of that, yeah, the United States is going to do all that they can, but when you're dealing with a dictator, you know what a dictator is. Look them up. There's a lot in history. Um, Fidel Castro, um, Adolf Hitler. Those are people that are dictators. That President of North Korea. Those are dictators. So, all we trying to do is obviously we want to bring her on, and I'm sure that our government is trying to do the same. But when you're working with a dictator, they want things their way. So I'm all for it, and let's try to get her home. That's all I'm gonna say about that. going into the NBA, man. I'm pretty sure if you've been reading up on the news about Kyrie Irving and that whole fiasco about the anti-Semitic stuff and everything. Listen, man, Kyrie is gonna be Kyrie. Um, I would say I do not support the anti-Semitic stuff, as well as he said the same thing. He said that he doesn't support it. He's not anti-Semitic. Um, but what the Brooklyn Nets are asking for in these demands, to me, in my personal opinion, that's extremely too much. Now, the man came out publicly and apologized and all that good jazz. He did apologize. I would say, man, either keep him on the team or trade him. Let's move on. Like, why are we, y'all still trying to, want him to do training and want him to do? You got all these lists of demands and want him to do stuff, but I think I think that's just a bit too much. He already apologized for what was done. Let's just move on and let Kyrie to continue to play the game of basketball, in which I'm hoping that's what he wants to do. And let's just move forward. Speaking along the same lines of that team, the Brooklyn Nets, they did went ahead and have Jack Vaughn. I guess he was one of their assistant coaches, move up in the world as their coach. Now, um, I'm not sure if this is long term or short term at the moment, um, but I guess we will see. I'm actually happy for the brother. Love to see African Americans get that opportunity to be able to coach in the NBA. So I think that is great. I think that's a really great opportunity for him. I understand that a lot of people might have wanted Udoka from Boston. Felt like he should have been able to get a shot at it as well. But overall, I'm satisfied with that pick. I like Jack Vaughn. Heard the players respect him and all that good jazz. So I guess we'll see how it goes. And I think Brooklyn just need a fresh new start, and move forward. Next order of business: is the Lakers season over? Um, so yeah, it's still early in the season, man. But unless they make some changes, obviously, I think, yeah, I mean, you got to surround LeBron with some shooters, man. And a lot of it is on LeBron. I mean, for him approving such trades and all that good stuff. But I think, you know, and then he got injured yesterday. I think he put up 30 points. I would, I hate to say it, but it's looking like it's over. And I'm a LeBron fan, man. So it's looking like it's over. I don't know what Mike Palinka is going to do as far as trying to get some people involved as far as in the trade goes, but I guess the bet is yet to come, and we shall see. Moving on to the NFL, the Colts, the Indianapolis Colts, hiring Jeff Saturday. Now, for those that don't know the background of Jeff Saturday, well, recently he was an ESPN analyst, and he used to play for the Colts. He was, I believe, their center. Back when Peyton Manning was there, they won a Super Bowl together. He's have some Pro Bowls up under his belt. Ultimately, I'm okay with the move because I do know that Jeff Saturday knows football. I know he's gonna probably fix their offensive line. Remember that this team was supposed to be one quarterback away in the past 3 years, as far as um, them reaching the next big gig, which is the Super Bowl. So this year just kind of seemed like they just took a couple of steps back. I mean, if you look over the past 3 years, they had Phillip Rivers, Carson Wentz, and now they had Matt Ryan and they benched him for Ellinger, their quarterback. So I hope that Jeff comes in and makes some changes. The only question I have with that hire is, you know, and the owner went on national TV to say he's happy that he doesn't have the experience as a coach, and I disagree with that. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. But My only question with that is that, what about the coaches in your locker room? Specifically, I'm talking about Reggie Wayne. For those that don't know, Reggie Wayne was one of their top receivers in Indianapolis Colts history. I think he's six time Pro Bowl. Um, yeah, been in the Pro Bowl 6 times, and also have a Super Bowl up under his belt with the Colts. So, um, how come he didn't get a shot? And then that's where we get into that whole, this African American thing. As far as coaching, is not fair in the NFL. So that's my only question. How come he wasn't a candidate? Remind you, this guy has been the wide receiver coach of the Indianapolis Colts the past 3 years. Um, his first year, he volunteered. He volunteered to do it. You know what I mean? Like volunteer as he wasn't getting paid. So I think that should, one would think like, this guy, he knows football as well. So you come in and bring somebody. I get it. That used to be a part of the organization and don't got no coaching experience. Well, Reggie Wayne's been there 3 years as a wide receiver coach. So more questioning there. I don't know. All right. Last week, I went 2-1 again, y'all. Did it again. I went 2-1 again. So I'm gonna hit y'all with another one for this week. My best 3 picks of week 10. I am going with the Falcons. I think that the Falcons is basically um, I know they got the chance to be able to take over their division. They've got the Carolina Panthers this week. Um, I know their last game went into overtime at the last minute, but I think with the Falcons, I think they play hard. And here's my thing, Marcus Mariota. Sometimes, man, you just do too much. And you don't gotta do all that. When he starts to do too much, and then he goes into fumbling and all that stuff, you just you just do too much sometimes, Marcus Mariota, and you just need to chill and don't turn the ball over when it's on the line. So tonight's pick, I got the Falcons. I think they'll. I don't know. The Carolina Panthers kind of look depleted to me. So give me the Falcons. On top of that, I got the Seahawks. They're going to Germany to play the Bucks. The Bucks, I don't know, man. If the Rams didn't mess that up in that fourth quarter when it came down to the wire, Rams was supposed to have that respectfully, but the the Bucks, they just don't look. So they just don't look right, man. They really just don't look right, and I don't know what it is. They just don't seem like they got it together. However, on the opposite side of the ball, Seahawks are playing fabulous. Geno Smith, man, he got my vote for comeback player of the year. Yeah, I said it. He got my vote for comeback player of the year. I think that he's playing tremendous football. Um, and shout out to Pete Carroll for so I'm looking at Russell Wilson a little suspect now. So, but give me the Seahawks. And the third pick, I'm gonna go with the Steelers. I got the Steelers beating the Saints. Got to watch the Saints the past few weeks. They another one. I thought I had high expectations for them. I was looking for Michael Thomas to come back with the injury and all that. I know they got some banged up injuries, but give me the Pittsburgh Steelers. I think they bye week last week. They're coming off of rest. I would assume that Mike Tomlin has made some coaching changes, and give me the Steelers. So I got Falcons, Seahawks, and Steelers this week. MVP candidates. Now, I want to come out here publicly and just apologize because I had 2 candidates last week, and my 2 candidates was Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen as in my MVP candidates. Man, Philly, I apologize. All my friends that's Eagles fans on here, I apologize because I left Jalen Hurts out of that conversation. Jalen Hurts is definitely that dude. Um, I love him. I love his style of play. I love seeing what he's doing with the Eagles, and now with the addition of AJ Brown and Devontae Smith, man, they look real good, and I think he should be in the runnings as well for as an MVP candidate, as well as Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes is still playing great football, with that absence of Tyreek Hill, he still finds a way to deliver and just show up. So those are my top 4 candidates as well. I was gonna add a fifth one in there because I think my man Tua should be in there as well. Even though a lot of y'all might disagree, but he playing tremendous football. I just don't want to leave that out. But if I'm being, you know, um, not biased and all that, I'm gonna give you a good 4. I got Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Jalen Hurts, and not in really no specific order. But if I had to go and pick one, yeah, I would go with Lamar Jackson because I feel like he's doing the most with the least amount of help. My non-quarterback MVPs, um, I know it typically goes to quarterback. I will go with Saquon Barkley. He's what he's doing for the Giants and running the ball. Uh, Dable got them guys over there really working hard over there. So I like Saquon Barkley. And aside of that, I can't forget my man Tyreek Hill, who's on target to get about 2,000 yards this season. He's playing really tremendous. I mean, them defensive backs, they be scared in the lineup. He make defensive coordinators scary hours, nightmares at night, night. The way that he playing, man, the way that he playing. So he's on track, I believe, to break Megatron record here. So if Tua keep delivering and catching them, I'm sure he'll get within that 2,000 yard range and break the record. But he's playing tremendously football, and that changes the scope of our offense. Along with his other twin on the opposite side of him and Jalen Waddle, who's also doing his thing as well. So shout out to them. Now, I approached this subject last week. Do I think the Eagles will they maintain an undefeated record? Again, I'm gonna say no. It hasn't changed for me simply because I just think that we live in a time now that the game of football has changed drastically around the league. Like I said, the last undefeated team was the 1972 Dolphins, and they went undefeated. Now, it's just a lot. You got analytics, you got all this stuff, and I ain't gonna remind. The Eagles do got a pretty very easy schedule, but I just think some buffoonery is going to happen, and it's they're going to lose a game. I don't know what game that would be, but I just feel like they'll lose a game. And like I said, it may be the situation that happened to the Patriots several years ago. Might have been more than several, but when Bill Belichick and when Tom Brady was playing for the Patriots, they had that undefeated season, and Bill Belichick took out all his starters, and benched them, and then they ended up losing that game at the end of the season. They still got to the playoffs, obviously, but I don't know. So we'll see what the Eagles coach do and if he decides to rest his starters and all that good stuff. So, yeah, we'll see. That's just yet to come. With that being said, it is your boy Joe Snow. I appreciate y'all for hanging in with me. It's been a nippy day. I got the fire burning out here. I got me a little tea right here. You know what I'm saying? Watching my Sports Center, keeping up with the updates and all that good stuff. I appreciate y'all for following me. Go subscribe to me and my YouTube channel and all that. Thank y'all for the love and support. Remember, Veterans Day weekend, salute to service. Salute to all my veterans, all my soldiers out there, the women, the men out there. Y'all the real heroes. I'm a retiree now, so I'm able to just give out wisdom and mentor. I'm here if you ever need to want to talk. Big Joe Snow is here. And again, for those relative people out there, if you got somebody that's serving, thank them for their service. Buy them a cup of coffee, buy them lunch, buy them dinner, breakfast, or what have you. But thanks y'all again for tuning in with Joe Snow. And that's it. Take it easy. Peace.